Hello everybody, Fletcher Stump here. This is Radioactive Inc. I'm here with my friend Druck from DruckGaming. Say hi.
Hello, everybody. It is good to be here with Radioactive Inc.
Today
We-
for you, we're going to be doing a pretty long topic, so I'm going to try and break it up into a couple different parts, so I'll try not to make them all too long for you. We're talking about the future of gaming as it stands, since 2016 is bringing in a whole new VR age, as it is.
Oh yeah, it's looking to be like a huge ordeal for gaming as a whole because it's looking to bring in new audiences and new styles of gameplay and all that stuff. Like virtual reality, they tried it with the Virtual Boy, and we all saw how that ended. But technology has definitely changed since then. I think it's inevitable for virtual reality be part of gaming because it's such a big market now. Like 3D, 3D wasn't really that popular in the 80s. Now you have things like 3DS, 3D movies, IMAX 3D, Blu-ray 3D, 3D TVs,
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
kind of like that kind of thing. As where who
Well,
knows if virtual reality will completely take over and let's see, maybe consoles might become obsolete.
yeah, that's one of the big things now is that Xbox, Sony, and even Steam are all going to have their own separate VR gears.
Yeah, not to mention Samsung is also going to have one. For what I don't know, Samsung doesn't have any games
Uh,
unless they're doing it like cell phone usage and stuff like
yeah,
that.
for that one, what you do is you clip your phone onto it, and it'll project the game you play.
That's actually pretty cool.
I'm not exactly
Yeah,
sure how you'll move anything, but you know,
it's probably with your eyes.
maybe.
I like the market. The market's right for virtual reality. Gaming has to evolve to survive, and if it does it the right way, then we'll be good for a good 10 years or so.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the biggest thing I know, like everybody after seeing SAO is like, are we gonna have the full dive systems? And
Yeah,
I think like that's why VR is pushing as hard as it is right now.
like we talked about this on Xbox Live before that we talked about the full dive systems, and I would love that. Just the idea of going into a video game, being part of that world, and just being able to explore it full body, like everything. It would be amazing to see it in maybe the next 5 years or so. The next few years would be even better. Before I get all old and decrepit, I
But
would love to see
I
just
mean,
that system in place.
yeah, that would be a really cool thing. I mean, like even if we had a SAO incident, I'd still love it because. But I mean, like one of the biggest issues is I think like that's why video games are trying to make like the experiences so immersive now. Is like they're
Yeah,
trying to prepare gamers for that final jump.
which when they finally make that jump, it's going to be massive. Like
Oh,
there's going to
absolutely.
be a bigger market for video games. Like I feel like video games have always had a great market. They've always, like for me, video games help with anxiety and stuff. When I was like in junior high, high school, we just play video games for hours. That helped a lot with anxiety. It's like how I met most of my friends, and it's video gaming. When they say it's not social, it's very social.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
if they develop like full body stuff, games that immerse you and keep you focused for hours on end are usually the best games out there. They're usually rich with story and music and all that stuff. Imagine that being all around you with like a surround sound attached to your head 24/7 and just being able to walk in a world that created by say Bethesda because they're really good at making open world or GTA because Rockstar. I love Rockstar games.
And something else I noticed that a lot more games now are starting to do like tale stories, like Tales from the Borderlands is a new thing.
Well, I don't really like those games. It's nothing against the developer Telltale Games. I love them because of that Back to the Future game that came out a while ago. That was really good. I just don't like the point and click aspect of video games, like point and click. It's kind of like we're talking like if you ever heard of like Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, and all that crap, like Putt Putt travels through time or something like that.
Yeah, I played that game when I was like 6.
Now I'm really showing my age, aren't I?
But Um, I mean, some of those games, it helps for the story it's in because I mean, if it's like a non-combative game, then it kind of helps out. But for something like Borderlands, it's a
It's weird. I
shoot and
find
loot.
it to be weird for Borderlands. It's like, yeah, you're shooting loot. It's like, where does that come in that you point and click? It makes no sense.
But I do feel like it kind of helps with that immersive experience because this way you have like control over what is going to happen. And
Oh yeah,
when the dive
it does
system,
from like a different scenario altogether, a different solution and different way to play it.
yeah, and like when the dive system finally hits, and you have these gigantically massive MMOs, you are going to be in control of what's going to happen to your character.
Mm, that's true.
So like everything you say, everything you do, take or whatever is always going to affect your character.
So that probably means that how I know the PlayStation VR works is it needs the PlayStation camera to fully operate its well to fully operate because there's a light on those cameras that interact with the cam. There's a light on the VR that interacts with the camera that's sitting over near the PlayStation, and it's supposed to add more immersive stuff. Is what they said. I don't. It's still
Yeah.
it's rumored to come out early 2016. I think they're probably going to delay it a bit. Probably same thing with
Uh,
Microsoft.
well, the Rift actually just went on sale. I think it was either today or a couple days before. Right now, it's like marketed at like $681 for the product and the shipping and taxes.
Because I
And
know Sony wants to make theirs around $300.
yeah, that's what they were saying. But I mean, I think everybody like way underestimated how much they would need. And
Well,
I
yeah, well,
think I'm not sure if it's just wireless and it hooks to the Xbox or if like the sensors on the Kinect are what register it. But like the
probably
product
Connect.
it comes with like an Xbox controller and the Delve gear
Mm,
and all that.
yeah, video games is like it's like where do we go next? What is the big major step? Virtual reality. Now you say it to yourself. It's like virtual reality. You never thought video games would take that step. I guess someday they would have had to advance, become better, become more immersive, become unique. I guess would be the right word. Unique in the sense that no other. Well, they've had virtual reality before. Like you could pretend like you're golfing or some crap like that, but that's completely different.
Yeah.
This would be like more, definitely more immersive experience than anything I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Now I think, in my personal opinion, the biggest seller with the VR gear is definitely going to be horror games.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun as hell. The horror games will always be like the best genre for that because that would be actually really scary. Like I remember PlayStation VR, they showed this this tightrope walk where you like they do in New York City, where you have a rope that goes from one building to another, and you're the tightrope walker, and it's like it's so cool. You definitely do not look down.
And I mean it's a great thing because like most of the YouTubers that a lot of people follow, because I know everybody like follows Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, and like even a lot of people follow H2O Delirious. They are really big into horror games, so it's going to make their
Oh yeah,
gameplay experience a whole lot better.
like Markiplier loves Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, oh, congratulations to him by the way
Yeah,
for
for
reaching so many
hitting
subscribers.
his 11 million.
I should mention it a little bit, but um, yeah, he's imagine just like Five Nights at Freddy's VR style, or
Oh, that'd be
you got
terrifying.
remember that game PT
Uh,
or Silent Hills
yeah,
that
like
Kojima
the Silent
worked on,
Hill and
and
all.
then Konami.
Even like the
You know,
Resident Evil games are going to get a lot more terrifying.
oh yeah, they already have a Final Fantasy plan for it. Another fucking Final Fantasy. How about Kingdom Hearts 3?
Please, please let me
Well, I'm not gonna
have
make
Kingdom
this.
Hearts 3. It's like the
I'm not,
developer is just flipping me off and saying, fuck you.
But I'm not getting into the discussion about Kingdom Hearts 3 right now because it's like I have so much to say about it that
We'll cover that
will be
later.
like, people will be like, "How dare you badmouth Square Enix?" I'm not badmouthing Square.
That's it. They provided my favorite game ever, but I wish they would move their ass along.
Yeah, they're really taking the fucking time.
They're
They didn't even start development until like what 2 years ago.
yeah, they're fucking cock teasing everybody right now, just hanging it there.
You guys, we've been. I should say I got into Kingdom Hearts like about 2 years ago now. Haven't regretted it.
I've been around since Kingdom Hearts 1 first came out on the PS2.
Yeah.
And I mean, back then, like the graphics were like top of their age,
Oh yeah.
and then
They were great graphics.
the story was just, it was beautiful. It was very immersive. It made you actually like feel like you were part of everything. But yeah, let's come back to that topic in a little bit, because we could drone on about that.
Let's come back to the VR stuff. We don't want to get too sidetracked.
Yeah.
Although it's easy to, because we just start talking about a game. It's just like, hey, you remember this and this.
But I mean, I feel like even with the VR game, a lot of older games might be coming back in a redevelopment to like kind of update them. And
I kind of don't like that idea of remastering games anymore. It's getting sickening to the point where it's like, how many remakes can you have before it gets really, really boring? Like, Square Enix. How many times can you remake a game before someone gets sick of it?
well, even like the Call of Duty games, we have one come out every year, and a lot of the cutscenes are actually just copy pasted and altered just for the new
Yeah,
story.
I know.
And I mean,
don't understand. Releasing a game every year. Of course, there's going to be a Call of Duty virtual reality sooner or later. You know that. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows that. Just like I heard that Halo 5 has the virtual reality support already in it.
something I would like to see is a Battlefield VR, because those are very big maps, and you really have to utilize the map to your advantage.
Fly jets.
Jets,
And everything.
tanks. If you're a sniper, you have to look for like the perfect place to set up.
Yeah, I definitely see a big viable market for virtual reality as a whole. Now, here's a really good question: what's that going to mean for consoles? What's going to happen eventually to the consoles? Are they going to be replaced by, like, say, PCs? Because PCs are always going to be top of the line. You can always upgrade a PC. You can't upgrade a console as well as you can upgrade a PC.
Well, the biggest thing is like whoever gets the full dive system first is going to crush everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They will own the market once that happens, because by then gaming will have reached its height.
Well, what else can you actually do that they haven't done yet? It's like, next would be what we were talking about before, the full dive system. And that, I can't wait for that day to happen. If it does happen.
Oh,
I
it'll
hope
be a
it really
glorious
does.
day.
I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting one of those.
I think I'm gonna start saving up for one. This way, when it comes around, it's like, oh, it's $3,000 paid for in cash.
Got it. It's probably gonna be like the price of a house or some shit. Just watch.
Oh, I
would
can
dedicate
imagine.
a
Like,
for that.
you'd have to have a high ass setup for that too, because like you'll have to get the game drive, the dive helmet. You'll have to have an internet speed like no other.
Yeah. Which my cable company doesn't have great internet speed because they suck.
I got like average internet, so you
Yeah.
know my porn
I-
comes in HD, but it has to buffer sometimes.
It's just that market is like the video game market has a great future. It has a great past too. It's a pretty solid market, but there are some things that need to change for the video game market. VR is definitely one of them, which I would be okay with them implementing, as long as we get new games, not remakes. I'm
Yeah.
kind of sick of remakes because it's to the point where how many times can you, like I said before, how many times can you remake something before it just gets sick, tired, and stale? And it's one of those effects where you just think of a new game already. Just
Yeah.
give us a new adventure. Give us something new.
And
Don't keep rehashing shit.
and moving from the VR into like games specifically, like some game series just need to finish, but that is excluding sports games. Though I don't play them and I
Well,
don't really care for them, they are at least always changing because new players come in, old players leave, and the stats are
mhm.
always updated to fit the character now.
But I feel like you could have one sports game per console and then just keep updating the game for that stuff. Like we have the internet, we have DLC, we have patches and all that stuff. You think they'd just be able to do it like that?
Oh,
It,
it's
it save
EA.
them.
You know how they work.
Well, EA is fucking greedy as hell. I mean,
Exactly. They're not going to release like free updates. It'd be like, $30 for the new season.
well, EA how they released Star Wars Battlefront unfinished. But anyway,
But I mean,
no
like,
story.
like going back to the Call of Duty franchise, it's like, yeah, I enjoyed it, but now I'm just kind of getting bored because it's just rehashing the same stuff over and over again. I know a
Like
lot of people are going to hate me for what I just said, but it is the truth.
my viewers, like all my subscribers, know I hate Call of Duty. I don't hate people who play Call. I just hate Call of Duty because it's the same shit every year. People are like, "Oh, I just bought it for the zombies." So what makes it different from the game that came out a year ago?
If you want to play
Nothing.
zombies, go on like get Gary's mod and get like modded maps for zombies. I mean,
Like Left 4 Dead or something.
yeah, there's a whole bunch of games that have
Dead's-
zombies.
Left 4 Dead is still like a really fun game.
But I mean, I'm not bashing on anybody who plays the game. I just think
Oh no,
it just kind of needs to end.
it's like kind of like how Guitar Hero and Rock Band dropped off the face of the earth, and now all of a sudden they're back. Who asked for it back? Nobody.
Well, with Guitar Hero, I do think that bringing it back was a good idea because now it is more immersive to the game. It's like you're playing in front of your audience, and I mean, some things are just kind of ridiculous. Like, who really brings a "You Suck" sign to a concert?
I should try that one day. I'll probably get killed.
But yeah, I mean, now you're actually like a part of the song. You're playing with the band. If you start to screw up, they'll give you dirty looks, and the crowd will
Yeah.
start turning against you.
It's pretty funny.
But with Rock Band, you could have just kept Rock Band 3 and added in new music to the store.
Yeah, but that would be too easy.
Of course,
Instead, they have to spend like what, hundreds of dollars,
And
millions of dollars creating a new game.
and I think
Pretty
that
much
that's
the
one
same.
of the biggest issues is like the game companies don't want to do it the smarter way to make money. They just want more money.
Say it like Activision, everything Activision. It's like Destiny. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a lot of hate for this. I don't hate Destiny, which fair warning, everybody. I don't hate Destiny. Okay, no bashing here. Remember, no hate here. But you didn't release the game finished. Sorry.
Yeah,
you didn't.
they did it
There's
in
no-
DLCs.
There was no story. Nothing was interesting. You tacked on DLC, which I despise them doing that kind of stuff. Because it's like, you're supposed to release a game finished, then add to the story. Not, oh yeah, here's half the story. You get the other half later when you pay $60 more.
And here's something else about Destiny. Like, I'm with you. I don't hate the game. I'm not going to play the game. But here's the biggest thing, people, and stay with me on this. It's Defiance with a different story. And that is
Exactly
all
the
it
same thing.
is. But
Exactly.
at least with Defiance, you actually get a little backstory on who you are. You're an Ark Hunter hired to guard a rich asshole.
Huh. And it was like in Destiny, it was just like, oh, you're just some random guy.
You're here to kill people.
Good.
That's all you need to
Thank
know.
you. Thank you.
But, I mean, like...
Take it from a company that it's a company that made Halo, for Christ's sakes. They're known for their great stories, and then it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but another thing, like, with Destiny, it's like, in Borderlands, you can go around for an hour, and after killing everything, you'll have a crap ton of guns, shields, rare items, money, whatever. Defiance, you do the same thing. You're going to have about twice as much as what you get in Borderlands in weapons. If you go around for an hour in Destiny, you end up with like 3 guns and a rock.
And the rock's usually the most effective option.
Yeah. Throw the rock and knock him out.
More effective than a gun.
But
yeah, and it's now how are we gonna see it as? Imagine those games of virtual reality.
now that would be like really creative because it is like level-based MMOs. So there's always going to be a player stronger than the last.
I wouldn't really call Destiny an MMO.
Well, it can't be classified as an RPG.
Really, it's not classified as either.
Because Defiance is classified as a...
It's a first person.
It's classified as an FPS MMO. Because you don't just... You're not just in the world yourself. Like, the server I think can hold up to like 10,000 players.
That's pretty cool.
And it's the same way for Defiance. Like, they have like 10,000 plus players that can be on any world at any time.
Right. As for Destiny, it doesn't have that. Like, constant, like, people in the servers and stuff. I barely see anybody on there half the time. It's like, this is supposed to be an MMO, and you completely missed that target.
It's because nobody has the DLC.
That's because it's like you see other people walking around once in a while, but it doesn't. Who cares?
Yeah, but
They're trying to bring it back a little bit. It's like, where are we going in this market that, well, people don't test video games anymore. That's not a thing anymore. They don't have it. The only... I know Rockstar tests their games, Nintendo, other companies like that. A lot of companies don't even test, like Bethesda, they don't even test their games.
yeah,
They're just like, good enough, fuck it, ship it out.
the age of the beta tester is like really drawing to a close. Like they released the beta for like open play, but it's like you're not going to get that same feedback as you would if you had like a select group of beta testers.
See, that's what annoys me for you know, the new Hitman. I don't know if it's coming for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but sometimes they do a beta for one console but not the other. It's like, don't you want as much feedback as possible? I don't understand that. It's like console exclusives kind of annoy me, but I have both consoles, so it doesn't annoy me at the same time. But how it is, like, it's so divided. You think companies should be able to work together on things instead of being divided? I know there has to be competition in corporate America, but it's like, how long can you go before your stuff becomes so outdated and you're just copying each other down to the bone?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, how outdated can you become? I mean, there's hardly any differences between the Xbox One and the PS4. The Wii U is the only different one, and people hate it because it's different. People hate it because it's different. Even though the Wii U has like some of the best games, but I'll come back to that some other time.
Yeah, and let's end this discussion right here. We'll pick it right back up in the next episode. For everybody, I was with DruckGaming. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description for anybody who wants to go check him out. And
I'll leave a link to my channel for Radioactive Inc.
Thank you. It's so nice. All right, but come back for part 2 because we are going to be talking about a lot more. Like I said, this is probably going to be like a 6-part thing. So make sure you keep coming back, and we'll have more for you. Until the next time, this has been Fletcher Stump. Say bye, Druck.
This has been DruckGaming. Game on.
And this has been Radioactive Inc., and we are signing off.
I came to party.